Good morning. I would like to start by asking a question. What is the substantive difference between the scientific report of the IPCC and what indigenous peoples have screaming to the world for more than 5 centuries? In reality, there is any difference except for where the truth originated. Why did it take 5 centuries to understand that we must protect Mother Earth? Why did 5 centuries have to pass to realize that? If these discussions are happening now here in the global north, it's because finally they are starting to feel vulnerable to the consequences of the Frankenstein they have created. I mean that capitalist neoliberal system, which is the responsible for the situation we are living today. In these spaces, like here, like the COP, people are trying to find solutions to the climate crisis, but surprisingly, without talking about what is causing that. In these spaces, they don't talk about colonialism. They don't talk about the necessity to end the capitalist and the neoliberal system. If in spaces like this one, they keep talking only about the climate crisis and not about the causes that are causing that, spaces like this one will keep repeating endlessly 25 more times and more and more. If the governments only talk about climate crisis, it's because here they are beginning to feel the consequences of that system, but they don't talk about the causes which are producing that. They talk about the consequences of the climate crisis because they are starting to feel the threat, the collapse, as they say. However, the threat and the collapse began for us to start 5 centuries ago. And since that moment, we have screaming with all the strength of our lungs that Mother Earth must be protected, that we don't have to destroy her, and nobody wanted to listen to us. Only now, we are talking here 5 centuries later, because here in Europe, as I said, they are starting to feel vulnerable to the consequences of what they have created, because they are afraid. Now, people talk of the importance of fighting against the collapse because they are feeling it here. But for us, and you don't have to forget that started 5 centuries ago, and nobody cared. We are from the Yucpa indigenous people in Colombia, a people who is in this moment classified at imminent risk of extinction. We are a nation, a world, a cosmos, which is at risk of disappearing because of the destruction of our lands by massive open pit coal mines that were installed without consulting us, destroying everything. Today, we are at risk of extinction because of what they have historically called here progress in the global north. Because of the dependency of these countries on plundering and destroying our lands in the south in order to ensure the normal life here in the north. In our case, we are about to disappear forever because the governments of these countries are addicted to colonialism, because they are addicted to coal, and is that what they call progress. This is the first time that we as Yucpa participate in international spaces like this one. And we are here to denounce our situation, but above all, to tell you that these spaces will be futile if the voices of indigenous people are not seriously taken into account. The solution cannot be taken by those who are causing the problem. Today, indigenous peoples in the world are 4% of the world population. However, today in 2023, we hold 80% of the remaining biodiversity in the Earth. That means that in the context that we are living of climate crisis, humanity as a whole can still live in this planet thanks to the existence of these 4%. That's why, more than ever today, it's necessary to listen to the voices of indigenous people in spaces like this one. The solution, and I repeat, can't come from those who are creating the problem. The solution can only come from those who have been fighting against this system for more than 5 centuries. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Juan Pablo, for reminding